Um, Welcome guys and girls and whoever's here. This is our April 12th show up and show out. And I brought some notes to talk to you guys about that just some things have been on my heart lately. And so I'm hoping to kind of keep them together. Y'all know how squirrely I am, but I don't have much time. So we are going to go with it. So if you checked your state of the group email that I sent out the beginning of the month to everyone, this link is always going to be in there. It's reoccurring. So if you save it one time, it'll be the same link I always use for the most part, unless something freak weird happens. But I have to change the link, but it'll stay this link. Always second Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The title was Hustling is not the same thing as hard work. And I do want to talk about this because it is something that is literally affecting me right now. And I'm kind of having to work through some things, but I promise it'll all come back to something that's important for everyone. Whether you are a hustler, a hard worker, a hobbyist, or just, whatever it is that you want to get out of the Scentsy business, it'll all come back full circle. That's my goal anyway. So again, hustling is not the same thing as hard work. So let's let that sink in and marinate in that for a little while, because it is literally taken me 9 years to come to that realization. They're not the same. Okay. I am a workhorse. Okay. If I were a dog, I would probably be a Great Pyrenees. Have you ever heard of those? The big, tall, fluffy dogs that are like herd dogs. They don't protect. They do, but they don't. I'm not a protector. I'm not like a German Shepherd or a Rottweiler or anything. I'm definitely a Great Pyrenees. I need work. I need a job to do. I need something to be doing, to be taken care of, to whatever. Okay, so that would be me, because I have a really hard time resting. Resting is important, but I have a very hard time resting. Today, my kids and I were gone the whole day. And as soon as I walk in the door, like I barely even said hey to Brad before I started washing a load of laundry, folding sheets, and like picking up things that were on the floor. As soon as I walked in the door, in fact, time out, back up 30 minutes ahead of time. When we pulled up in the driveway, the first thing I did when I walked in the garage was check on the ducks that are super messy, that needed their entire bedding changed, that needed fresh water, that need all things. I was outside for 30 minutes in the garage. Didn't even come inside to say hey to my husband, because I was taking care of the ducks. I was working. Okay. And then I come inside and work some more. So that's just who I am. I have a very hard time resting. Okay. So I personally know that the thing with hustling, okay, is that it can literally suck the life, the energy, and the fun out of you and out of your business if you let it. Um, and it is not okay. Okay. This is my career here at Scentsy for 9 years now. And I don't need anything to get in the way of making it not fun anymore, of making it overwhelming, of giving me this sense of burnout. And I'm sorry, this kind of sounds like a doom and gloom, but I promise we're gonna change it up, okay? But I'm just being really honest and sharing with you all my heart and where I am right now. But um, I've never really experienced this type of, like, it's almost burnout in April. It's usually right after the holidays when we've busted our butts, when we've hustled hard through the fall season, that Christmas and the New Year, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. It's never really in April, so I don't really know what this is about, other than I've been hustling for far too long, and it's time to chill out. It's time to chill out. So I know that I have personally said many, many times, um, to hustle, to get what you want out of this business, that you've got to hustle, that you've got to work me. And I've even used the quote knees to chest, like knees to chest, let's get to work, let's do some stuff. And while I don't necessarily disagree with, that I've said that in the past, that I've encouraged you guys to put in the work, um, I had to do some soul searching with that recently, that it's not okay to hustle. It's okay to work hard and have good work ethic and know what you're working for and work towards it daily. There's nothing wrong with that. But hustling and grinding so hard all day, every day, got to make sure it gets done, nonstop moving, will wear you down. It'll wear you down. It's not fun, and you will resent what you're doing. So I want to say that I have discovered that hustling will lead you to competitiveness. Hustling will lead you to comparison of what someone else is doing, because when you're constantly hustling, you're constantly looking for something to be doing. So you're constantly watching what someone else is doing and thinking, how can I do that like she does it? Or even, how can I do what she's doing my way? And then let me just add that to my checklist of things to do and get done and try that. And you see, oh, whoa, well, she's doing this, and maybe I should I'm going to do that too. And so the hustling, the nonstopness leads you to competitiveness, to comparison, and to being overwhelmed. And eventually you'll hit a brick wall. Eventually, those knees to chest hustling, you're going to run into a brick wall and not be able to go any further and literally fall out and be done. And I don't think I'm at a brick wall yet, but I can sense that it's coming, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to hit a brick wall. I enjoy what I do. But I need to rest more, apparently. So set goals, yes. Do your work. But there is no need for anyone to eat, sleep, breathe the work that you do. And I'm not just talking about sensing, I'm not any work. Eat, sleep, breathe the work that you do and try to call it fun. Because I have done that all too often. You might see on social media how fun it is that I'm doing something, making samples yesterday, when I kept spilling most of it. And I had a bowl there to catch it. And then even trying to catch it with the bowl and I didn't have the proper equipment. It was a whole thing. And I was getting super frustrated with making my samples yesterday. So while I may have posted it on social media that it was sample making day for my club customers, I may or may not have said several cuss words making those samples because it was just not a good situation. Okay, so it wasn't exactly fun for me yesterday to make those samples, if I'm really honest. But hear me when I say this too. If you genuinely love doing something, you genuinely love it, don't stop on the account of someone else. I mean, how many times have we ever heard, especially those of you who've been around Cincy long enough, like cut the fluff, stop doing the little piddly things in your business that are just time sucks. They don't mean anything. They're not going to make you any money. They're not an income producing activity. Let's use some of that fun jargon, right? How many times have we ever heard that? But y'all, I like Happy Mail. I like doing my Happy Mail. I'm going to spend time doing my Happy Mail. That's not a job I'm going to outsource to anybody. If you enjoy making your samples, make your samples. Yes, I've outsourced my wax samples my Scent of the Month samples to Kellen lately, but if it's a week that I want, or a month I want to do them, I'm going to do them. And I'm going to say, bro, like I'm doing them today. If it's something that brings you joy and you really like doing it in your business, don't cut it out just because someone tells you it's not making you any money, or it's not important to your business. If you think it's important to your business, then you do it. But what I am saying is don't think you have to do all the things you see other people doing just for the sake of, like, you saw them doing it and like, maybe you need to do it too. Maybe you don't need to do it. Maybe you don't need to do it. So I want to say this. And the reason that I'm having this conversation with you guys tonight, and this is the reason I'm having this conversation with you guys tonight. April 1st hit, April 31st came and went, and it was a beautiful month. We had a fantastic month as a group, one of the best months we've had in a long time. Lots of things to celebrate, lots of things to be proud of. I definitely had a great month thanks to the flash sale and some last minute things that I did not even totally expect at all. Very grateful. April 1st rolls around and I'm like, dang it. Like I'm rolling up on a year. I'm rolling up on a year of not having one single party. We're a party-based business, y'all. How am I not having parties? Shopping links, yes. Okay, occasional, a friend orders from a friend shopping link, sure. Sometimes. But I've not had a basket party, a home party. I haven't even done a fundraiser in a year. No, maybe it's not quite. It's been a lot of months. Okay, hadn't done it in a long time. Haven't been able to mail out a pouch party or a bag party. Like, haven't done a Facebook party in definitely over a year. Okay, at this point. And I'm used to running my business on being front loaded. So that the first, second, third of the month, I'm putting in orders. I'm active first, second day of the month. I've got my 500 personal responsibility as a leader PRV in by the 7th of the month, by the first week. Like I'm ready to go. Like, that's how I've always run my business. And then the last year, it's just not happening. And I'm like, WTH. Okay. H, we'll put H in there. Yeah, it's just the shopping links right now. And I'm fine with that. I've had to, like 2020, of course, taught us we have to pivot in our business. We have to change things up. Okay. 2020, we ain't doing home parties in 2020, right? So we had to do Facebook parties. We had to master Facebook parties. I've always been a disaster at Facebook parties. In 2020, I was like, well, your girl gonna figure it out, because I don't know how else I'm gonna run a business. And don't nobody even want me to bring them a basket party, because everybody thinks everybody's got germs and all the things. But in 2022, I'm still not having home parties. I'm still not having bag parties, because the world has changed. The world has pivoted. The way people are shopping has changed. The way my customers are interacting with me has changed. And I have to roll with the punches. And Brittany, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. But we can talk about that too, because that's Jesus is what that is. 500 on the before the 12. That's Jesus, because I don't know. No idea how that happened. So anyway, let me get to my story. I'm gonna try to be quick about this. My story is April 1st rolls around. I'm like, yes, brand new month, fantastic. Like April's generally a good month. Because people are finally ready for like the spring and summer things. And so people are ordering, people want to have parties, and generally it's a good month for me. But for some reason on April 1st, I go to send my customer email newsletter I send weekly. And I got hella desperate in that email. I'm not even gonna like, it was bad. It was really bad. Looking back, I'm like, why did I say the things that I said? I tell you why. It's because I am really, really close to annual sales excellence award. And the workhorse in me is like, you've got to earn this award. Well, I'm just going to tell you that I am $4,780 away from earning that award, that I would have to have by the 30th of April. $4,000, almost five, this month in April. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen, because miracles happens every day. But like, does God need to answer, or does God need to perform this miracle? Does he need to answer? Not necessarily. It's not gonna be the end of my world if he doesn't. But I got so desperate at looking at what I thought I needed to achieve for this month, that the message I sent out to my customers, I wish I could retract. Okay. Sure, I was definitely offering for them to host a party with me, and I would shower them with various X, Y, and Z things. And Cincy would shower them with, host rewards and blah, 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 blah. But after I sent that email and I turned around and looked back at it, I was like, wow, that was bad. That was not good. We're gonna have to analyze that one, Katie. We're gonna have to reel that one back in, because that's not the type of consultant I want to be. I don't want to be the consultant who is desperate to sell all the Scentsy this month to just hit an award. Like, yes, I like working towards things. I like working towards incentives. I like working towards awards that Scentsy offers us. Yes, I like doing those things, but is it necessary to bust my butt and to make myself look terrible to my customers with the level of begging that I did? No, it's not really worth it. And I will say, literally got no response from that email, per expected. The orders that I did get in the last few days to get me to the what Brittany called out, have a couple of Scentsy Club orders and a couple of customers just ordering. And I'm like, if I got that email from me, I probably wouldn't want to order. So thank you, people, for still loving me. But anyway, so that realization hit hard for me the other weekend, that hustling's not it. It's not it. It's not the one. And there's a better way to do it. And there is a better way to do it. I may not know that better way yet. And so I don't really have the best way to tell you how to do that. But I do know that hustling, that begging, that when things just don't feel right, there's a reason for that. And what I typed to my customers didn't feel right, but I did it anyway, right? Because I always, we do that. We humans tend to think we know best. um, so it really made me think that there's got to be a better way to do this. And I'm going to figure out that better way. And as soon as I do, I will share it with you guys. But with all of this said, between hustling and hard work and, not burning yourself out and overwhelming yourself, I do want to say this. You can't join Scentsy. You can't press the join button and then go on Facebook and be like, yo, I'm a Scentsy consultant. Give me all your money and expect to be super successful. Like, you still have to do things. Yes. But the moral of the story this tonight is you've got to find the things that work for you. Yes. Okay. But you also have to find the most important things, and that you're not just spinning your wheels, because I really truly feel like I've been on a hamster wheel for the last couple of years, just spinning, getting, I'm moving. So I'm doing something, right? Maybe burning some calories, but I'm not really like going anywhere. I'm not really like progressing the way that I feel like I should be progressing, with all this work that I'm doing, with all these papers on my desk, with all the samples I've got over here, with all this happy mail I need to send, but like I'm not progressing the way that I thought that I would progress. So the things that are important for your business is you have to know why it is you're selling Scentsy. Okay. And if it's just to get your Scentsy for free, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. There's so many, majority of our team does that, and that's fine. Okay. Nothing wrong with that at all. But you have to know why it is that you're selling Scentsy. Okay. Why? And that is part of the struggle for me, is that I had a big why, strong why. I met it. But over the last several years, I've still been struggling with, well, why exactly do you do it now? Like, yeah, you got to pay your bills, but like, why else do you do it? Because here's, at the end of the day, if you're doing Scentsy just to pay your bills, it's not going to be enough to keep you around. I mean, you know how many jobs I've quit that paid my bills? I didn't like those jobs, so I quit. Bye. But they paid my bills. I had to find something else to do that paid my bills, right? So if your why is to make extra money or to pay your bills, that's okay right now, but I want you to think a little deeper, because that's not going to be a reason that's going to keep you around for the long run. So know why it is that you sell Scentsy. Check your news tab daily. That is something that we have to do as consultants. You've got to be in the know. I mean, if you want to run a successful business, you got to know what's going on. So making sure that you're checking your news tab daily is important. Talking to your people one-on-one as much as possible, and people can be your existing customers, your newer customers, your list of 100, your prospects, anybody that you want to talk to about Scentsy, but talking to your people one-on-one as much as possible over a social media post is, I mean, I'm not going to throw statistics at you, but like literally you can ask any consultant, like posting a picture on Facebook about hosting a party and what rewards you can get versus direct messaging one of your friends and saying, hey, listen, thank you so much for being so supportive of my business. Love everything you do for me. Love you so much. Can I repay the favor and like, let's get you some host rewards. Let's get you some free Scentsy. Would you want to do that? That kind of communication is going to work so much better than this blanket statement over here on Facebook that's like, hey, if you host a party with me, you'll get X, Y, and Z. Like, well, obviously you can't put your personal specials out there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, when you host a party with Scentsy, like you can get blah, blah, blah. Talking to your people one-on-one personally more than your social media posts. Okay. And then the next thing would be just being consistent in your sharing. Okay, I will after my call. Okay. Cece got her nails did today. Her little press-ons. Okay. 6-year-old is sassy in here and lost another tooth. So Tooth Fairy Terry's coming back tonight. All right, go. Bye. Okay. Anyway, and then the last thing I would say is just being consistent in your sharing. And your sharing can be social media. Sure. It can be your emails that you send weekly. It can be, whatever your sharing looks like for you, but being consistent. So knowing why you sell Scentsy, checking your news tab, talking one-on-one to people, and being consistent. Those are the important things you need to do in your business. Okay. But listen, to me, sample making is not important for my business, but I'm not telling you to stop doing it. Okay. So hear me when I say that. But what I really, 10 minutes. I'm wrapping it up right now. But what I really want you all to hear from this is it's okay to work your business to the level that you want to work your business. But when you get into that competitiveness, comparison, overwhelm, feeling like you can never get your to-do list crossed off because there's always something else you're adding to it. Like that's when I want you to try to remember to put the brakes on, pause, and say, what the heck's going on? What can I fix? Because network marketing, direct sales it's a beautiful setup. It's a beautiful plan. It's been working for like 60, 70 years now, maybe even longer. It's a beautiful thing when done right. Okay. But it also can be that thing that we love doing, but we work ourselves into the ground doing it. like I love Scentsy. I love working my job every single day, but there are many days where I know that I have put my business before my family, put my business before my children. And that's never okay. And that's something I tell you guys all the time not to do. So why am I over here doing it? Yes, I love my job. There's nothing wrong with loving my job. Nothing wrong with loving your side hustle or loving why you do Scentsy. But I just want you to be conscious of hustle over hard work. Okay, because they're similar, but they're super different. It's definitely apples and oranges in that category. With that said, some things to think about, because as any good business owner who really wants to profit in their business and know things, you want to know what's coming. What's up?
Did you feel
No, I did not. You need to know what's coming up. And so having a calendar is really important, whether that's your Google Calendar, paper calendar, doesn't matter. But you definitely have to be looking ahead in your business so that you're not waking up on April 1st going, how am I going to get PRV this week? Because I definitely did that this month. And that's like something I tell you guys all the time not to do. How did I do that? How did I wake up April 1st saying that? I don't know. But I ain't trying to do it again for May. So here I am reflecting going, all right, we ain't fitting to stamp these blank envelopes today because that's not important today. Okay. We got to do something a little different today. But so one thing I want you all to stop and think about is it's April 12th. All right. We have already like half of the month to go. And then it's going to be May. But instead of waking up on May 1st going, I wonder what I should do about this month. You need to go ahead and know that summer collection is coming and it is always bomb. It is always bomb. Have that marked on your calendar for sometime in May. Father's Day collection is coming. Okay, do I sell a lot of Father's Day collection? No, not really me, but maybe you do. Still something to promote. Father's Day collection is coming. Bring Back My Bar is coming. Okay, that'll be coming this summer too. These are things that we need to think of because, again, business owners need to be thinking out, please. Love you in a minute. Business owners need to be thinking ahead in their business so that they don't I see y'all. So that you're not going. I'm reading the comments. I shouldn't do that because I'm totally scrolling right now. I see you, Julie. So that you know what you know what's coming. You know what you're doing. And like some of the seasoned consultants will know that those things are coming. If you're brand new, like Julie, she probably has no clue that we have a summer collection coming in May or a Father's Day collection, or what is Bring Back My Bar. She may have heard me say that once or twice before, but she doesn't really know that that's where consultants and customers vote months before so they can prepare for us to sell the wax. I always get my wax bar scents that are retired that come back just for that month. And that's a great month to promote Scentsy Club to get your people who are ride or die, whatever, wax bar fans on Scentsy Club so they can get that bar forever. But anyway, so use a notebook, use something to write down these things so that you can prepare, think of things that you want to do ahead of time. April kind of snuck up on me. I know that somebody had posted somewhere about the bunny hop thing you could do with your customers. I know that maybe Jason Harwood's thing about the garden collection party. I know Kelly on our team or in our group was doing that. There's different things. There's always something. The resources are plentiful. How I didn't know about those things until just recently, maybe my eyes weren't open. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. So I'm just encouraging you guys here to, first of all, you got to know why it is that you're doing Scentsy and if it matters. Okay, because if it doesn't matter to you, then the rest of this Doesn't matter. I mean, quite simply. But if you know why it is you're doing Scentsy and you have an excitement behind it, then you're going to stay in the know and you're going to do the important things for your business, the important things, not the things that look good, look shiny, looks like you're working, but the things that are important. And I will tell you that for me, the most important thing that I can do for my business on any given day is to serve my customers and serve them well. And the way I serve my customers looks many different ways. And that's a whole nother training. But looking after people is important for me. And so I translate that into my business. I want to look after my people. They look after me. I want to look after them too. So serve your customers, serve them well, figure out what your serving looks like to your customers. And know this too, we've heard this a lot. Share instead of sell, which I still agree to an extent. But you have to know too, at the end of the day, you are a sales consultant. You're a sales consultant. But we got to learn how to sell to our customers. Okay. We got to learn how to not just sell them the product or share them or sell them on an opportunity, but we also have to know how to share. We also have to know how to sell them value, tips, share tricks, share. I mean, like when I say share, I also meaning sell it, because it's the same type of thing. When someone says like, oh, you can post a flyer of the In the Clouds warmer, or you can take a picture of your own or go find somebody else's and borrow it, of the In the Cloud warmer, which one's going to get more attention from your customers? The real life picture, right? Because you're sharing a real life picture versus selling them on a flyer. So it's the same idea when you're telling your customers, when you're sharing a tip with them, or you're sharing with them that you use Scentsy Fresh every morning and why they need to clean their cool mist diffusers, and how they can use a fragrance flower in their small bathroom because they don't have extra outlets for. That's selling them on an idea that you have to share with them regarding a product. You're adding value to your customers, and you're serving them. At the end of the day, we are salespeople. Everybody in this world is a salesperson. If you've ever, Brittany, I'm looking at you, boo. If you have ever taken a selfie with your coffee, you're a salesperson. Mic drop. You're a salesperson. Okay. Everybody sells things. If you posted on Facebook about that amazing restaurant that you just ate at, you're selling people on something. Okay. If you posted a picture of that deer or turkey you shot, because it's turkey season, and y'all got the biggest turkey, guess what? You're selling folks on something. You're selling them on hunting, or you're selling them on, I don't know. You're selling them, just telling you. Everybody's a salesperson, whether we realize it or not. I knew you would laugh, Brittany, because I literally watched your story right before I got on this call. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Just keep in mind the biggest picture I want you to keep in mind is the hustle versus hard work, because they are definitely not the same. Okay. And I don't want you to get trapped in the same web of hustling that I have been in for several years, because it's exhausting. It is exhausting, and it's not fun, and it literally is not getting you anywhere. So how can you work hard to serve your customers and work your business in a way that is fulfilling and important for you? That's all I'm asking. And I can't answer that question for you because I'm not you. So anyway, y'all have a good evening. Thank you for showing up and showing out. And that's our wrap.